Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome for another session, another Iftar session from Chino Valley Islamic Center. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this masjid, bless its community, bless its members, and give us the ability to keep it running for many generations to come, and to serve the city around us for many, many years to come. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that your Ramadan is going beautifully and smoothly, and you are enjoying the night programs at Chino Valley Islamic Center. There are many qiyams coming up, especially in the last 10 nights. There is an iftar every Saturday. We ask you that you try your best to join us, and we have all the other programs that are catering for your needs, for your family needs, and all the ages, inshallah. We are going through the Quran, and we have a verse today from Surah Hud. It's in the 12th juz' or part of the Quran. And this chapter or this surah talks a lot about the stories of the prophets. And these stories are meant to teach us lessons or give us role models and examples so we can make our lives similar or deal with our lives similar to how these prophets dealt in their lives with challenges. The verse talks about how Prophet Nuh started a journey. As we all know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Prophet Nuh to build an ark in the middle of land. There's no water. And people were making fun of him. Why are you building a ship here? They did not know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already had a plan. And that plan, that there will be a major flood. And only the people who will be on this ship or on this ark will be saved. So after Prophet Nuh built this ship, and he invited the believers with him, and he invited the creatures of the land with him. When the water started going around, he started telling everyone, "Irkabu fiha, wa qala irkabu fiha, bismillahi majreha wa mursaha, inna rabbi laghafurur rahim." At that moment, when the ship starts sailing in the middle of all this flood, Prophet Nuh alayhi salam said, "Ride on this ship. Bismillahi majreha wa mursaha." He started the journey by saying, Bismillah. In the name of Allah, it will sail. In the name of Allah, it will stop. Indeed, my Lord is forgiving and merciful. Now first, this beautiful verse is a lesson for us that whenever you start a project, whenever you start a journey, whenever you start something, always start it with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're cooking a meal for your family, say Bismillah. You're starting your homework, say Bismillah. Not only when you read Quran, not only when you enter the masjid, but make it a habit that everything you do in life, start by saying Bismillah. You turn the car on in the morning, say Bismillah. You are getting on a plane flight, say Bismillah. You're starting to work out, say Bismillah. You're starting anything, always start with Bismillah. Anything that you start without the name of Allah, as the Prophet ﷺ told us, it is not complete. It's not complete when you start anything without the name of Allah. And there's so many benefits with that. Because when you start something with the name of Allah, Allah will put the blessings in it. Allah will put the barakah in it. Not only that, there is another benefit in it. It will prevent us from doing wrong things. Or at least it will discourage us. It will discourage us from doing wrong things. Why? Because if you got to the habit of saying Bismillah every time you want to do something, imagine yourself trying to do something wrong, and you got to the habit of saying, so Bismillah, and then it's like, you know what, I should not be doing that. That's one of the beauty of and the benefits of saying Allah's name everywhere and every time we start something. The story of the ship of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam is very, very important for us to learn. Prophet Nuh built a ship, and he faced a flood that was threatening his family and the lives of the people around him. We live nowadays in a time that there are a lot of floods out there. Not necessarily water floods, but there are floods of immoralities. There are floods of irreligiosity. There is a fight, constant fight against moralities and religiosity. There is a constant fight against the idea of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People who think that they are more educated, they are more knowledgeable, they think it's silly to believe in God or worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is sad to see. That is a sad reality of the society that we're living in. The fact that there are so many immoral things happening around us, from drugs to to indecency and indecent relationships, and all kind of things are happening around us and actually promoted by the media, by the TV, by the magazines. Everywhere we go, we see it all over the place. When we look at the story of Prophet Nuh, how did he face this flood? He built a ship. The ship in our times is the masjid, is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more we spend time at this place, at this ship, the more we are protected from the floods that are happening around us. We're not calling for isolation. We're not calling for seclusion. We're calling for protection. Protecting myself, protecting my family. Just like Prophet Nuh protected himself and his family and his followers, we need to make sure that we protect ourselves and our families from all these negative influences that are happening out there. They are at the school, they are at the store, they are at the gym, they're everywhere. So we should come to the masjid to protect ourselves from these things. Insha'Allah, we are all able to regularly be at the masjid. Try your best to bring your family for Taraweeh. Try your best to come to the masjid as much as you can and join the programs that we have, not only in Ramadan, but also after Ramadan, so you can protect yourself and your family from any negative thing that is happening out there. And before you start any project, always say Bismillah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make all your projects in life successful, to make all your efforts in this life successful, to make everything that you do end in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and brings benefit to you. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that in this beautiful day of Ramadan, that we are all enjoying our iftar, enjoying our fasting, and benefiting to the most out of this beautiful time. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you all, and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us and to reward us tremendously for everything that we do for His sake. Based on the local time of Chino Valley area, this is the time for Adhan al-Maghrib. O Allah, we believe in you. O Allah, we trust in you. O Allah, we fasted for your sake, and we are breaking our fast on your sustenance. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله